Hey everybody, Texans Girl here along with William Harvey, and we are back for another year with the Houston Texans. All I can say is I hope everybody's doing well. I know it's been a really tough last, year and a half with all this COVID crap that's going on, but I really hope you and your family are well. And it's really great to have football back. I'm excited. I'm excited about the season. It's hard to be excited about the season with the Houston Texans. We'll talk about that later. And the first thing I want to address is the Deshaun Watson situation and what my beliefs are. And I haven't come on for a reason because I've really taken a long time. I love Deshaun Watson. I'm a huge supporter of Deshaun Watson. He's one of the best quarterbacks in the league. And when he was accused of there's 20 plus allegations against him, it really broke my heart and it kind of made me sick. But like I said, those are allegations. They are very serious allegations. I don't want anybody to think that I'm sweeping it under the carpet by any means, but a man is innocent until proven guilty, and he deserves his day in court. Now, I don't know if he's going to get his day in court. I know that we're talking 2022. And it might not even go to court. It might be settled out of court, and a whole lot has not been said lately. And I know that the NFL does not have any formal investigation against Deshaun Watson. I will say this: the man should be under center with the Houston Texans right now. The fact that he isn't playing is bullshit. You can agree with me, disagree with me. I respect your opinion, but he should be playing football with the Houston Texans. The thing that bothers me the most is that the man signed a really freaking huge contract in September, and then all of a sudden he wants to be traded. That's bullshit. The Houston organization just didn't become a shit show within a few months. It's been a shit show for years. You guys know it, and I know it. It's been a problem. Players that have left, Dwayne Brown, Honey Badger, they've all made comments about the Texans organization. And it's just the way it's been. The situation in the locker room. Deshaun, you've known this. You've known how it's been. You signed the contract in September. You need to frickin' play with your team instead of demanding a trade. Like I said, I know a lot of you will disagree with me, but that's my opinion, and he should be playing with the Houston Texans right now. I know the Texans have ridiculous trade demands for him. They have those ridiculous trade demands for a reason. They have them because they don't want to trade him. When you have a quarterback like Deshaun Watson, they come around, every freaking 15, 16 years? We've been waiting for this guy for that long. We haven't had a good quarterback in that long. You know how hard it is to come by a good quarterback. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about Deshaun Watson. I believe he should be playing. We're paying him a lot of money to be inactive, and his ass should be under center right now. Anyway, let's talk about what happened today. The thing I love the most is I like that we were ranked last in the power rankings and that everybody picked us to lose, because I think that's when the Texans play the best. They really surprised me today, and I was very pleased with what the hell happened. I mean, we won handily, 37-21, and that last touchdown was, to me, just a give me. But I think our defense played one hell of a game. I like what Lovie Smith's doing. You know, we had a shitty defense last year, and we can only move up, but is it perfect? No. We played Jacksonville. They're not a great team, but I will say this. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to be one hell of a quarterback. He had a tough game. I mean, this was the dude's first game in the NFL, but I really think that Trevor Lawrence has got a lot of talent, and I think he's going to be a great quarterback. But I really think the Texans played great today on both sides of the ball. Defensively, we had 3 freaking interceptions. We didn't have that. Isn't that how many we had last year? 3 interceptions, and then we had the game today. Great job, Houston Texans and Lovie Smith. I like what he's doing. I think Tyrod Taylor had a really good game. He didn't have any turnovers. He had a couple of touchdowns. What really impressed me today was our running game. We ran without Tyrod's running. We had 120 rushing yards, which is pretty darn good considering what we normally do. And Mark Ingram still has a lot left in the tank. He rushed for 85 yards, and that guy's 31 years old, and that's really seen as old for a running back. So I was very impressed with what Mark Ingram brought to the table. Brandon Cooks looked amazing, and I was very pleased with the way the Texans played. And I'm going into this season very differently. I don't have any expectations. I do not have any expectations for the Texans. I mean, like I said, when you look at the power rankings, we're dead last. But we won today, and that's step one. I like our head coach. Heck, Nick Caserio doesn't even bother me. I think that man has done everything he could with what he's had. He's made a lot of changes to this ball club, and heck, what do you mean ball club? I'm talking freaking baseball. He's made a lot of changes to the football team, which I think is great. He's done all he could with what he had. I mean, we had nothing. We had no money, no nothing, and he brought some people in, and I think he's done a good job to begin with. I'm going to give both of them the benefit of the doubt. I'm going to be positive. I'm going into this season positively. I don't have any expectations. If we win, great. Today was a good start. Next week we play the Browns, and we'll talk about that later. Let's talk about other games. The Thursday night game. That was a great game. That was a really good start to the season. You guys know I can't stand the Dallas Cowboys, so thank God they ended up losing. And the thing that really got me, I mean, you give Tom Brady any amount of time in the end, he's going to come back and beat you. I mean, this man, he might be 44 years old, but he's still a badass. And it's like he gives you that stare and you're done. You're done for Dallas. You gave him too much time. I will say this, I'm going to give credit to where credit is due. Even though the Dallas Cowboys make me sick, I like Dak Prescott. I think he had one hell of a game. He had a great game. Amari Cooper had a great game. I think CeeDee Lamb has a lot of potential. I like him as a wide receiver. I think the one thing about the Cowboys that bothered me is you had no run game. Ezekiel Elliott lost all that weight, and he was not even involved. I think they need to get him involved. But if I were a Cowboy fan, which I'm not, I would be pretty damn pleased with the way my team played. But happy with the turnout of that. Other games we watched the Cardinals-Titans game, which really surprised me because I thought the Titans were going to be much better than what they were. Tannehill was sacked 6 freaking times. Derrick Henry rushed for what? Like, he didn't even rush for 60 yards, which is very unlike Derrick Henry. You got to give credit to where credit was due. The Cardinal defense played one hell of a game, and then Kyler Murray was a wow. DeAndre Hopkins, a wow. That was a good game. Did not expect it. Glad the Titans lost because obviously they're in our division, but Cardinals look really, really good. Watching the Steelers-Bills game, that really surprised me as well because I thought that the Bills would be a lot better than what they were, but got to hand it to the Steelers defense because they held them that first half, and they did it to where Ben finally got his rhythm together, and Steelers came back and won that game. So, very impressed with the Steelers defense. Defense won that game. Bills, surprised that they didn't play better, but I know that they will because I know that they're one of the better teams, if not the best team. One of the better teams in the AFC. We also watched the Seahawk Colt game, which I'm very, they won. Thank God the Seahawks won. Didn't really watch a lot of that game, but the Seahawks and Russell Wilson looked really good. The late game today, the Chiefs and the Browns. All I can say is I think the Browns played a great game, but you can't expect, you could be up 30-0 at halftime against the Chiefs, but who cares? Because you have Pat Mahomes, and Pat Mahomes will come back and he'll kick your ass, and that's exactly what he did. I wasn't worried. You know, if I were a Chiefs fan, I was not worried at all because you have freaking Pat Mahomes, you have Tyreek Hill, who it was almost 200 yards receiving. I mean, he was amazing as usual. Travis Kelce, 2 touchdowns. Same old Kansas City team. I mean, but Cleveland played a good game. Baker had a good game. He made that one horrible interception, but I really thought that was a really good game. But not surprised that the Chiefs came back and won that game. Another game that really shocked me, the Saints game today. What did you guys think about the Saints and the Packer game? Holy crap. There are no words for how pathetic the Packers looked. And Aaron Rodgers, I don't know what was up with that. Horrible game by the Packers. Completely not like them. Although, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. Jameis Winston looked amazing. There's something to be said about what happened to him when he was cut by Tampa Bay, and he came and he was very lucky to be with New Orleans. He was under Drew Brees and learning, and he has Sean Payton, and Jameis Winston played one hell of a game. Hats off to Jameis Winston because he looked freaking good. The Saints defense looked good, and that was a close game. Very, very shocked. Excuse me, I thought that was going to be a close game. The Saints kicked their ass. Tonight's game, I really like Matthew Stafford in a Rams uniform. I think that it's a huge upgrade to Jared Goff. Never thought Jared Goff was phenomenal, but I really thought that the Rams played great today. Of course, when you have Aaron Donald on defense, you can't lose. But I really thought that Matthew Stafford, Cooper Kupp, they played a great game. And looking at the Bears, I mean, you've got Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton, he's always been mediocre. He just always has been. I mean, Justin Fields, put him in the game. I know that, you know, the argument was they didn't want to put Justin Fields in the game because of the Rams defense. Put Justin Fields in the game. He's your best chance of winning, and that's my opinion. Agree, disagree. I don't think Andy Dalton is average, maybe a little bit less than average. Justin Fields is your quarterback of the future. He gives you your best chance to win. Put him in the game. Looking on to tomorrow night's game, the Ravens and the Raiders. I know the Ravens they've had a ton of injuries. Ridiculous injuries, especially at the running back position. But I still think the Ravens are going to win tomorrow night. We'll see. But it's going to be a good game. Looking on to next week, guys, we play Cleveland in Cleveland. And I think the biggest challenge is Nick Chubb. That dude, I mean, he averaged today almost 6 yards a carry. He's ridiculous. I watched him. I mean, he just mowed through what looked like might be a 2-yard gain, ended up being 10 plus yards. I mean, he's a phenomenal. I know he had that fumble, but Nick Chubb, we've got to figure out how to contain Nick Chubb. Bottom line. But like I said, going into this season, Texans fans, all we can be cautiously optimistic. I have no expectations. And you can just hope for the best. I know a lot of you are going to say, the McNair organization, you know, we need to sell the team. They need to sell it. They're not going to sell the team. It is what it is. We are stuck with Cal McNair. And I think the sad thing is when I was watching the Hall of Fame induction ceremony and I was watching the speeches and the Steelers, or, you know, you look at organizations like the Steelers and you're in the Packers and you're just like, damn, why the hell can we not be like that? I think that the Texans can really learn something from an organization like the Steelers. Am I a Steelers fan? No. But they have a really good organization. The Rooneys have really done great things. And it's a fact. It's a freaking fact. And unfortunately, it is what it is. And we have to deal with it as Texans fans. I am a Texans fan. And like I said, guys, we just have to bear with it and hope for the best. And I like being the underdog. I think that's where we finish best. I'm going to see you guys next week. I missed you. I hope everybody's good. I really would love your opinions. Please like and subscribe to my page. I really want to hear what you think, what you want to hear more of, what you think. There's always room for improvement. Anyway, guys, go Texans. Peace out.